Hey, welcome back to a new video. My name is Nigel. I'm a businessman and entrepreneur, and this channel is to help you on that journey of building a business, trying to figure things out, and just helping with advice, tutorials, how-tos. I've been in business for over 10 years now, grown in multiple sectors, service-based businesses, corporate, sort of helping individual people, so B2B and B2C, all those sort of different scenarios. And I'm in the process of launching a product-based or physical, tangible product-based business as we speak. And so I'm documenting the journey here and sharing tips and tricks and how-tos, things that are helping me on that journey. So hopefully it will help you at the same time. This week I'm going to talk a little bit about kind of productivity and some basic steps that I've taken to help myself in that regard. So I'm one of those people where I'll just list of stuff that needs to be done. And I got to the point where I was using a web-based to-do list. So it's like Turdu. So it's based out of New York, but it's kind of it's got a French name. I'll link it down below so you can have a look at it if you're interested. But by far, it's one of my favorite to-do lists that I've ever used, because you kind of put your list in each day, and then if you don't complete them, they just roll to the next day. And you can also have recurring lists and tasks that happen every month and all that sort of stuff. It's a great platform. But what I found was that I just landed up, this list just kept growing and growing and growing. It didn't matter how productive I was. It felt like it was just never ending, that I would just never get through stuff. And I got to the point about a month ago where I was like, I just felt so unproductive, because I'd have this list of like 25 tasks that I needed to get done, and I would land up chipping away at like one or two of them every day. Didn't feel like I was making progress with my businesses, didn't feel like I was doing things that were really important, really strategic. I'd have days that just felt like all I was doing for days and days was just admin and stuff like that. So I kind of hit like a bit of a wall, and I was like, no, this is not for me. I can't do this. So I landed up simplifying it big time. I've actually gone back to this. I still use To-Do online for keeping track of like stuff that needs to happen over the next 6 months type thing. So it's like a broad kind of battle log, if you like, of tasks and activities that I've got going on. But in terms of the day-to-day, I've just gone back to a very simple notebook, and I literally list no more than 6 tasks that I need to get complete the next day. So I do this every evening before I go to bed, kind of sit down. I read every night as well, which has helped productivity because it helps sleep and all that sort of thing. But what this list has allowed me to do is that I put down the 5 or 6 most important tasks that I need to get done the next day. And within that, obviously there's always going to be varying things that you have to do. So you've got deadlines that are coming up, you've got things that you have to meet and do, and criteria of prioritization and all that sort of stuff. I get all of that. But the one thing that you do need to do every day if you run your own business is you need to be doing stuff that's setting you up for being able to have leads and new business in 6 months' time, in a year's time, in 2 years' time. So one of the things that I do is, obviously within the framework of the tasks that I have to do for projects and activities and all that sort of stuff, within the daily tasks that I do, I always try and do something productive for at least an hour that is gearing me up for growing the business in the future. And I may not necessarily see the benefits of that right now, but I may see it in 6 months' time. So for example, today I have a task on my list, which is to draft a blog post on the new business that we're starting up, and the purpose of that is to grow our knowledge base on our website, grow our expertise and the marketing collateral on our website. And ultimately, I may not necessarily see the return on that time in the next week or 2 or 3 as I launch the blog, say early next week. But where I'll really see the benefit of that is in 6 months' time, when people are finding that search result on Google. If I make a video for that channel on it, then people will be searching for that and finding it. And that's where the benefit comes in. You're building this collateral online of knowledge that people can search and find. And then that leads people into your sales funnels and ultimately leads to growing your business and growing your sales. So every single day, I always try and do something productive for the growth of the business. So something strategic that will move that needle as the business grows in the future. And then outside of that, then I just have sort of tactical stuff. Sometimes it'll be a day of fully strategic stuff. So just be planning YouTube videos. It'll just be planning content, planning knowledge base, planning lead magnets, writing articles. We're in the process of writing an ebook, all that sort of stuff. So some days it'll be really strategic, long-term development of assets, and some days it'll be really practical, tactical stuff where it's like, okay, it's April 1st today, the day that I'm recording this video, and we've just finished our financial year end, so now I need to start collecting all the information for us to file our financial accounts, because that may not seem like an important thing, but actually for the credibility of the business, it is a very important thing to do, because if you want to get a business loan or open bank accounts, all that sort of stuff, you need to have squeaky clean accounts. So yeah, that's one of the tips and the things that I have taken to doing over the last kind of month or so, and it's been a huge help on my business. So straight after filming this video, I'm going to be drafting that blog that I mentioned and getting that out the door, hopefully to get onto the website early next week. So yeah, I hope that's been helpful. If you're stuck in that rut of endless tasks and to-dos, then I definitely recommend simplifying it to like the 5 or 6 most important things that you need to get done that next day, and work hard to get all of those things done. Once you've smashed those, then you can chip away at the bigger lists, but make sure that you get those 5 done, and always make sure that there's at least one task every day that helps towards pushing the needle up in terms of the growth of your business. So yeah, I hope that's helpful. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you next week in the next video. Bye.